times and the seasons. So I'm standing on my pool. It's frozen solid. I'm still kind of trepidatious because actually I did this a couple years ago. My dog Ash joined me, or my dog Doug, who since ran away. But Ash will not get anywhere near the water, but I am, as you can see, walking on water. Okay. Anyway, I think that's funny. But I did this. So I did this a couple years ago. It's actually probably 4 or 5 inches, 6 inches thick. But I'm still like, if it starts to crack, you're gonna see me jump so fast. It won't even be funny. Because I actually, so walking on water about 3 years ago. I think it was really thick. And then like 2 years ago, I came out here. It was actually before school. I came out here and I tried to walk on the water, and it broke and I fell in. Now, fortunately, I was right there at the entrance. Now I'm out in the middle here now. So again, if you hear a crack, you're gonna see me jump like jump like a man who's on ice that he shouldn't be on. That's not really a metaphor if it's actually the truth. But whew, I'm making it all the way across. I'm actually gonna put my feet and take a picture of it because, you know, why not? Whew. I think I'll get my ice skates out and go skating. Yeah, I don't have any ice skates. But see, there's my my footprints. That's when Jesus carried me. Okay, no, I'm getting a little more brave. I'm out in the water, just walking over the. It's supposed to snow tonight, so I raked leaves in the front yard. Yeah, it's February, but so that if it snows and I make a snowman, I won't have it won't be leafy. I've had too many people leave me. Sorry. Okay, that was bad. Okay, this side you can actually see the water coming up, so that fills me with confidence. Because I'm special. Okay. Oh, that was Ash stepping on some ice, and it freaked me out. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna finish up this note. Walking on water. Walk one more time to the other side. So, seasons of life. Feel like I have to say something deep. There are seasons of life. Seasons. Jesus says you don't know the time or the seasons. But there are certain seasons of faith. I heard somebody say that a while back. Seasons of faith. Where there's windows of opportunity. Kind of like when the children of Israel, God says, hey, let's go into the promised land. And they're like, no. And so God's like, okay, 40 years from now, we'll have another season. But you guys will all die. Now, of course, Joshua and Caleb did go to the promised land. But everyone else died in the wilderness. But their children went to the promised land. So there are these seasons of faith. So, you know, when I walk on water, kind of a motif. Did a video with my kids a couple years ago that I love. It's in the comments, but I'll put it in the description. But there are seasons of faith, so you got to pay attention to the seasons. Right now, it's very cold, so this pond is frozen, so it's a good time to walk on it. You know. Now I did this better than, was it 3 years ago? 4 years ago, I tried to walk on water. And of course I sank to the bottom. But it was February. It's February. I just seen the movie Arrival, and I was like, okay, there's, you know, time. It has a lot to do with time, prophecy, and when God says things, you know, there's a time and there's a season to these things. And anyway, I was standing right there, and I stepped off, and yeah, I sank like a brick. And it was cold. It wasn't as cold as it is now. But it was cold. But I'm glad I did it. You know, sometimes you got to take a risk. Like right now, I'm risking being on this pool with no one but Ash. But I'm not heard any cracking yet. And so, you know, you take the risk. There are seasons in life. So whatever season you're in, wherever God has you, you know, pay attention, because He might have you do one thing this season, whereas next season you don't do that. You know, you don't try to walk on the water when it's 35 degrees. Now when it's 10 degrees, this works, right? So I'm gonna get some bacon and do 6 degrees of Kevin bacon. Okay, that was terrible. Okay, my fingers are actually freezing, which is funny, but anyway. So I just thought I'd do this little video and prove that I'm either crazy or a little brave, or maybe a little bit of both. But anyway, seasons of faith. So when there's a season, when it's that time, you gotta take a step of faith and walk on water. Shalom.